Hey guys, welcome back to a new episode. This is part 2 of exploring Eden. Let's go. Up our water drum with our best water filter. Always use it no matter what, even if it's just a 25 litre. Then I'm going to chuck it into the van because we're starting to run out of water.
So we have been off-grid for 3 days.
Yeah, so, at a caravan park.
Yeah, at a caravan park. That's why I say off-grid like that.
Yeah.
So our water is very limited. We do try to be careful with it, but we've only got 2 95 litre tanks.
Yeah.
So
we're not too careful at the caravan park because it's pretty easy to get water.
Yeah, like we know we can.
Jerry can.
Yeah, but we still do try, turn it off when you're washing your hands and turn it back on to wash the soap up, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we're about half on both tanks at the moment, so we thought rather than getting empty, let's just get some. So I'm going to go do that now. Going to dump the dunny, going to do some laundry, and what else?
Take some rubbish to the bins as well.
I don't know if you guys can see that, but all the dew on everything. The one thing I hate about the coast is how wet the air is. No matter if it's a sunny day or not, it's still wet in the air. So that's the one thing that we really hate. But besides that, so thankful the sun is out, it is shining, and we're gonna have a really good day. Washing is done. Just got it drying. Got some towels under there, which are just her beds, like her bed's blanket. And I got our umbrella drying over there as well because that was wet. And then all the laundry on a hoist just there. It was in the sun, but the sun is hiding. So hopefully it decides to come out a bit more today for us. I've got some other clothes hung up inside with the diesel heater on. I'll show you guys. So I'll maybe do like half an hour in there with those ones, check them. Windows are shut besides one, so hopefully it's enough airflow and it doesn't get like condensation-y. Anyway, one load in there. Technically this was all one big load, but that's all that fitted in there. So that loads in there, that loads on the hoist. So turns out we're the only site here that isn't in the sun at this point in time. So hopefully as it rises, it gets later in the day, it will rise and we'll get more solar as well, which will top up our batteries as well. Because at the moment, that corner is just in sun, so it is rising, which is good. But yeah, it's just a little bit hard when you don't have much sun and you're trying to dry clothes. So first load in there, as I was saying, once that's dry, I'll bring some more from outside in and then rotate. So hopefully it will all be dry by the end of today, because tomorrow's our last full day here. So I want it all done and clean and put away before we head off. Cross your fingers for us. But yeah, this is what it's like on the East Coast. When we were living here, it was the same. Had to put the hoist out in front of the aircon at home. It was always so wet and hard to dry washing. Didn't want to pay for a dryer. $5 too much for 40 minutes, in my opinion. So if this doesn't work, worst case, sleep with it. Maybe just pull it in a little bit so it's not over the bed. Sleep with it, put the heater on overnight. She'll be right by the morning. A little bit of a different morning than you would see from us, not just exploring, there's actual real life tasks as well. So Aaron's been filling up all our water.
One more drum to do and hopefully that'll be enough to get us through.
Hopefully.
I don't know what the tanks are at, but that's the third drum of water, so.
Have a look. One's at 100% and one's at 50.
50. So I must be filling up the 100%, but our two tanks are connected, so it should go into the second tank. Make that more than 50%, hopefully.
What are we doing after this?
I don't know, we might go to, there's a old, I think it's a timbermen memorial or something, for the timbermen, the forestmen, I don't know what they're called, but yeah. Might
timber
go check.
mill workers.
Timber mill workers, yeah.
Yeah, so there's that. Not really sure if we should leave that washing out during the whole day and
Hell yeah.
out, you reckon?
Yeah, it's got dry.
It's just that if someone else rocks up, obviously it's not on our site, so that just...
Plenty of sites to pick from. They told us pick whatever one you want.
Yeah,
so,
it's not busy at least, that's the main thing.
Yeah, it's not busy. The person up there, they're going parked across sites going that way instead of backwards, so...
Yeah, should be right.
I don't think it matters.
We'll see what we get up to anyway. I might do a bit of work at the moment while Aaron's finishing up, and yeah, hopefully in about half an hour the first load of washing is dry. Cross your fingers for us.
Hopefully. Sophie's still in the van doing some editing, so I thought, why not? I'm gonna go for a fish, so I'll take you along. Let's go. Alright, that's my little Z-Man grub in the motor oil colour, so we'll see how it goes. Targeting flatty, trevally, bream, pretty much whatever. This is sort of an all-rounder for those species. Let's see how we go.
So we're just heading down to the beach, got our alcohol, so I'm having a red, Aaron's having a beer. Gonna walk down to the beach and just have a wander.
Go! Lead the way, Ginge.
Well, it is a new day here. We are just heading out, leaving our caravan park and going into Eden's. Head out, do a couple of things, and then we're going to go potentially do the 6K walk. So yeah, heading into Eden now, and we'll show you what we get up to. Eden Killer Whale Museum. Now obviously we can't go inside with Miss Ginger, however I was researching online and some lady wrote a blog about this place and said obviously with a dog you can't go in, but it's worthwhile having a read of the tiles out the front. It's got some history, so we're going to do that. On the colours of the Koori flag, the central designs represent the tribal group with pathways to the dreamtime and sacred sites. The upper half of the design depicts spirits from the dreaming descending into the red earth of the lower half as humans and as animals. On earth, they pass through life cycle and return to the dreaming. Full natural and comforting concept of creation. The family group represents people of the present time, the pathway to the future as always being largely in the hands of their children. They followed a dictum in time, so it must be done today.
Whales or orcas being marked black and white like corroboree dancers became thought to be former warriors of the tribe. Reborn from the dreaming to the sea, they called the great dolphins to them with food offerings and befriended them. When tribesmen later came to row whale boats for the whalers, the orcas helped by driving whales into the bay from as far out as 12 miles for their friends to kill. They were rewarded with the large tongues and lips. Skeletons of old Tom's last leader of the killer whale pack is a centerpiece display in this museum. The teeth on the left side are worn flat through his habit of seizing harpoon lines to slow whales down for the kill. The death of old Tom in 1930, the legend and the twofold bay whaling game came to an end.
Early transportation for untold thousands of years, human feet and bark canoes were the only mode of transportation in the Aboriginal land of the Southern Cross. 1788 saw the influx of Europeans seeking new territory, bringing with their sailing vessels a very different way of life and understanding. In 1798, Bass in a whaleboat rowed by 6 naval volunteers explored Twofold Bay, naming it Snug Cove. The new settlers used bullock carts, horse-drawn stage coaches and vehicles, using steam traction engines for heavy loads, developing diesel and petrol-powered vehicles. Wooden-hulled ships also gave way to iron-hulled steamers.
Methods of whaling. Whaling in Twofold Bay was mainly carried out by shore-based whalers, the brief exception being Ben Boyd's offshore fleet, which processed catch while still at sea. Shore-based crews harpooned, lanced, killed, then towed their carcass back to their station to render down for oil and retrieve the lean and bone-like substance used for stay-in corsets, whip handles, combs, etc. While the lashing tails of the whales accounted for many a whale boat, only one man was lost on the 28th of the 7th, 1881. Norwegian, aged 22, his name being carved into a window ledge at Boyd's Tower. Whaling is no longer practiced in Australia and today is replaced by whale watching now. Only the sighing wind and waves speak with an ancient tongue of a bygone era of tall ships, open whale boats and rural courage.
The timber getters, the sustainable growth eucalyptus forests of Twofold Bay area provide ideal timber for railway sleepers, for housing, making furniture and much else. It's felled by the axe, cross-cut saw, split by maul and wedge, then dressed with a broad axe, much being exported. Wooden schooners and brigs of up to 100 tonnes were produced by May shipyards at the Kia. The mechanical circular saw and bandsaw were developed and originally steam-driven, but later became powered by diesel, petrol and electricity. Today, even the wood chips are used in the production of wallboards, paper, while softwood forests are being grown to preserve our natural habitat.
Mining and farming. The Imlay brothers and Benjamin Boyd were responsible for opening up vast areas for sheep and cattle stations, as well as farms around Twofold Bay and further afield. The farms produced pigs, poultry, corn, wheat, and various other vegetable crops, fruit which was widely grown and processed. The discovery of gold at Kyandra saw Eden almost or overnight become the southeastern gateway to the land of get rich quick. Sluice boxes, rocked panning dishes slopped, but Kyandra proved of short duration, many of its 15,000 miners almost freezing to death during their first winter on the highest and coldest of Australia's goldfields. Traces of silver, copper and galena, or lead ore, have been found around the Twofold Bay area, and doubtlessly more gold in them Thar Hills awaits.
The fishing industry. Early fishing vessels were small sailing and rowing boats using simple hand lines and nets, but owing to lack of refrigeration, markets were limited to fresh or smoked fish from a small smokehouse at Quarantine Bay in the 1920s. Refrigeration, seam netting, spotter planes to locate fish, and development of a cannery on Lake Curraloo put to the industry on its feet. Cannery was relocated to Cattle Bay in 1940s. After World War II, Eden had a fleet of 24 trawlers and 30 line boats, tuna being caught by poling and trolling. Purse seining was introduced in 1970, but otter board trawling is now widely used. Cannery has passed through many hands. Viz, Greens Craft, Hines and Green Seas products from drift nets are banned. Twofold Bay is popular for recreational fishing and is a base for sport fishing. Aaron wishes.
I wish. Logo, what it means. This ceramic panel of Eden Killer Whale Museum's logo was the last in the series, completed by Alex Mazzi. The museum's management committee in August 1984 commissioned Ted Healy and Associates of Sydney to produce a design for a logo. The work was to celebrate the role of the institution in Eden's history, but also to be easily recognised and associated with the museum. Representation is of a killer whale breaching through the three waves, each representing the historically significant forestry, whaling and fishing industries of the town. Many local organisations have also adopted use of the design.
Well, there you go.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, and we learn a fair bit as well without going in. So if you guys have a dog and you're in the Eden region, don't want to leave them behind, come have a read. It's worth the time. Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Worth the trip down. That was really cool to read about and learn about, and I did have a look. It's $15 per adult if you can go inside and investigate in there, so just so you guys know.
Drink.
And now Ginger's having a drink, and We're going to head on to our next thing. We are at Lake Corallo. There is a boardwalk around the lake, connects to the beach as well, Ashling's Beach, I think it's called. And we're going to do that now. It says it's 6Ks round trip, which again, you guys know, big walk for us, but this one should be fine because it's all flat. If you guys see, it's all flat and like this the entire way. So yeah, should be a nice easy stroll on a meander. Let's go.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Look at these birdies. I can't see any fish. Oh, duck. Sun is beautiful.
It's fish out there.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets sing.
What do you think Aaron said, guys? Should have brought my rod.
Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right.